This is William Hall with Resist the Mainstream, and it looks like Biden and his mumbling is at it again. Before we jump into today's story, just a quick reminder to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so that you get notified when our videos go live. Also, remember to share this video out there so that people can find out what we're doing here at Resist the Mainstream. So let's go ahead and jump right into this story. So Biden is known for obviously mumbling and slurring his speech, not knowing where he is half the time. Well, he was actually meeting with the Israeli Prime Minister, and this is actually what took place here. Check this clip out.
And we brought Israelis and Palestinians together at a political level, and Akwa and Paul Schramm.
Yes.
And as I affirmed the Prime Minister.
So there you go. You have Biden basically sitting there, and he kind of just dozes off. I mean, it honestly looks like he's talking in his sleep. He's looking down. It looks like he's asleep if you're just seeing it. And you see the prime minister there just kind of like looking at the camera, wondering, what, is this guy okay? Like, am I supposed to do something? So, yeah, not a good look for the United States, obviously. So let's go ahead and jump right into this article here. This is Resist the Mainstream reporting. But basically, yeah, you have Biden meeting with this prime minister here. And obviously it does not look good when you have Biden sitting there unable to really do anything. He looks like he's asleep, as you can see kind of in that screenshot there. But it's unclear as to what he actually spoke in the low tone, and apparently slurred his words. So we have no idea what he was saying, and you had the prime minister just kind of nodding like, yeah, sure, whatever. I mean, how is he supposed to know when you have this guy in front of you that's supposed to be the leader of the world's most powerful nation, and he's just kind of basically asleep at the wheel, right? I mean, this isn't a good look for the United States. It's not a good look for the Biden administration either, of course. And this, of course, isn't the first time that this has happened. So despite this criticism, so this was basically what was going to be happening, is that Biden was having a decision there to invite Herzog to the Oval Office meeting, and it has garnered a bunch of criticism from Republicans and progressives, because the idea here is that you have a divide between these two parties where neither one of them really likes what Biden is doing with Israel, right? I mean, he's kind of stuck between a bit of a rock and a hard place. But the Republicans accuse Biden of snubbing Netanyahu, and then also you have the progressives' view of the invitation to Herzog as a slight to Palestinians. Because remember, a lot of the Democrats and progressives are against Israel. They hate Israel with everything, and you have the Republicans that are in support of Israel, but feel like basically what he's doing is in opposition to what is already going on there. So despite the criticism, the meeting with Herzog was going to highlight Israel's strong democratic values. And so he plans to meet the Vice President Kamala Harris as well, which, I mean, good luck with that. She's barely doing anything at this point, as we've reported on before. But CNN actually reported that the tension between Biden and Netanyahu's right-wing government has been ongoing and fueled by disagreements over judicial reforms, perceived extremism within his government, and Israeli settlements in the West Bank. So the White House has confirmed plans to hold talks with the Israeli Prime Minister in the coming months, aiming to resolve their differences and strengthen the U.S.-Israel ties. And the White House's, their kind of official statement in all of this was that the two leaders have agreed to remain in close touch and to meet in the United States later this year to discuss matters of mutual concern further. So, when I see that, what I'm basically, with this clip here, is that we can determine that Biden's negotiations aren't going to go all that well. I mean, no one in the world is going to trust him to do basically anything. When you have this guy basically falling asleep, unable to speak, unable to cohesively say or do anything, to me, I don't even understand how this guy is supposed to be president for another 4 years. I mean, let alone finishing out the term that he has right now. He barely even made it through where he's at today. And here he is basically once again falling asleep at the wheel, unable to figure out where he is and what he's saying. This isn't a good look for the United States. And I'm unsure as to how any of the Democrats feel like this guy is going to actually be able to get anything done internationally when he is clearly out of it, clearly unable to sustain himself, clearly in need of help. And I mean, literally, the prime minister there looked very concerned for him. I mean, he really was sitting there looking at the cameras like, are you guys seeing this? This guy is completely checked out. I can only imagine what's going through his mind when he sees the president of the United States sitting here nodding off like he's sleep talking. And it's just like, what is happening in this situation? So let us know in the comments down below. What do you think of Biden once again mumbling, falling asleep, mumbling his words, not knowing where he is, what he's talking about, what he's saying. Let us know what you think about that in the comments. Do you agree that he is nowhere near ready to do, or really to even make it out for the rest of this term, but especially another 4 years? I mean, can we really endure any of this? Let us know what's going on down there. Let us know your thoughts also on the conflict with Israel and the way that the Republicans are kind of battling with the progressives in this situation as well. With that being said, we thank you for watching this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.